title fight for the Warrior Fight Series Featherweight Championship. Please welcome, fighting out of the red corner, standing 5 feet 8 inches tall and weighing in at 65.8 kilograms. He has a record of 6 wins and 3 losses and is representing Athens, Greece. Theo Michailidis.
So Chris, this is our professional featherweight title bout, and it's an international. Theo Michailidis from Athens in Greece, and boy is this man a warrior.
Coming in here at 5'8", he is a real life Leonidas. He is a true Spartan in every sense of the word. Recently going viral all over the web, being featured on sites like MMA Junkie, shows like Inside MMA on Access TV. This guy came back from taking a beating, finishing his opponent with one of the greatest spinning back elbows I have ever seen. He is a monster and loves, absolutely loves, exchanging in the pocket. He never backs down, Malcolm.
And we talk about terms like resilience and durability. This man, as you said, prior to that incredible knockout, the punishment he took and just kept coming forward.
Spectacular. I mean, he was throwing elbows in the pocket, taking one to give one. It was an eye for an eye. It was a tooth for a tooth. And Theo 300 knows how to make things happen in dramatic fashion. This is going to be an absolute banger.
And please welcome Theo's opponent this evening, fighting out of the blue corner, standing 5 feet 9 inches tall and weighing in at 65.7 kilograms. He has a perfect fight record of 4 bouts, 4 wins, and is hailing out of London, England, Daniel Crawford.
Good response there, Chris, for Daniel Crawford as his name was announced. Big fan base here.
Cheers, applause, shouts. Man, this crowd is on fire right now for the 21-year-old prospect coming in here with an undefeated record of 4-0. And he has an incredible team behind him from the NWA. It really was evident to me, talking to his corner earlier tonight, head coach Colin Odiki, professional fighter himself. They got a black belt there in the corner, Iman Madden in jiu-jitsu. Guys like Nico Shipchak on the mat, Dean Amsinger coming over now and then. It's just one of those things where you've got such a support structure that when you're building up a young fighter like this 21-year-old prospect, as I said, the results have the potential to be truly spectacular.
But a real test for him tonight in terms of just when you've got all that technical ability and, as you said, all that around you. One thing that Theo will test is his guts for a fight, isn't it? As simple as that. When you get down to the real raw basics, Theo is going to test whether this young man really wants to be in a fight.
For sure. Theo is going to bring things to the table that are going to really ask questions, that are really going to push Daniel Crawford to show just what he's capable of. I'm so excited to see this young man come in here and perform tonight. He's been one of the top signings for the Warrior Fight Series in the build-up to this fight. The media's given it a lot of attention. You know, he's even brought in other coaches.
This is a title bout for the Warrior Fight Series Featherweight Championship. This bout is 3 5-minute rounds and is brought to you by Go Fix Me, JY Nutrition, Lonsdale, and the Daily Sport.
So just to recap, Theo Michailidis, 5'8", 6 wins, 3 losses from Athens in Greece, against the hot prospect Daniel Crawford, 21 years of age, just the 1 inch taller, and an unblemished 4-fight record. This for the featherweight title.
And you'll see that stark power coming in there from Mr. 300 with that 1-2-10 combination. Crawford, interesting guard so far. A little bit of Frazier there, maybe?
I was going to say almost like the cross-arm guard that Frazier, being so short for a heavyweight, used to use to get in close before banging the incredible bombs that Frazier was known for.
Wow, look at that. The way he transitions off that striking centered attack going into the takedown and then jumps on his back. Like I said earlier, you know, he's got some other guys in here in his corner tonight. For example, Raheem Madaresi, who's a high-level international and Iranian national level wrestler. He's got some superstars behind him, and I think we're going to see all the ingredients tonight. Look at the way he jumps on the back like that. I mean, it's so tight. There's no space whatsoever in his transition from the takedown, passing the guard, and then getting onto Theo's back here.
And it was something you said earlier, Chris, as well, when we were looking about the evolution of the sport. And, you know, 10 years ago, Theo would have been right up there as an absolute beast. But even though that is still there, it's not enough nowadays just to have that raw power, is it?
It's never enough. Not with all the wide techniques. I mean, even the types of techniques that fighters are pulling off in the cage, it's constantly developing. I mean, we saw here tonight with a submission win that I've never ever seen. And so, at least in MMA. So, you know, it gives guys like Daniel Crawford, who are at only 21, very young in their career, an opportunity to show off. Look at the way he isolates that arm, too. Theo's in deep trouble here. It's early in the fight. Both fighters are fresh. And Crawford has got his right arm blocked down with that leg. He's keeping it very, very tight. He's looking to reach in for the choke here. But he doesn't have a seatbelt, so Theo has the potential to pop out here if he's careful and scrambles at the right time. Theo's being very patient. He's no doubt been in this position countless times before in competition and certainly in training.
Yes, but again, as we always say, it's one thing to defend it, it's one thing to stop it happening, but you lose the round, you're losing the points, and at the moment, from the moment we've been taken down, Theo has been in defense mode.
It's neat to see Crawford think about getting him out as he was about to lose the back and then cranks on his neck to pull him back into back control. Man, he's such a tight game. I said it originally when he shot him for the takedown and transition to the back the first time. It's just very evident that he spent a wealth of time preparing for this moment and his debut in the Warrior Fight Series. A little bit of hand fighting going on here. Theo being very patient. He's going to try to get the fight standing again for sure. I mean, that early couple of flurries from him maybe made Crawford think twice about exchanging on the feet.
Yes, and again, when you say when a video goes viral, he'll be well aware of the man's ability as well.
Nice cradle here. Crawford thought about rolling through that to get him away from the cage, prevent the cage walk.
Let's look at another angle, Chris, the amount of energy. He said he's being very patient, but it's Theo in defense also conserving energy because he's taking the whole body weight of Daniel Crawford here for a long period of that round.
That's a testament to the type of pressure that Crawford brings in the ring. Nice couple of knees there to the inside of the leg. Those hurt. Those take away your base. And early in the fight, they not only remove the will to go on, but the ability to be snappy in your base and movement, your footwork, your kicks, obviously, and even your punches.
And taking it to another level, when you realize that someone is dangerous upright like that and explosive in power, you're taking that away as well.
And look at the way that Theo shrugs off that kick attempt and counters the right hand, but Crawford doubling up to the body and then going upstairs to the left hook. Very nice.
And he's got a tight guard when he comes in. And again, a lovely little shovel hook.
Man, Theo felt that one. You can see that his posture was drooping a bit from those exchanges.
Oh, beautiful knee to the head as well. This man from Greece is tough because these are good shots.
Oh, man, look at those right crosses. Double, triple up there, right down the pipe.
That's a beautiful hook to the midsection as well from Danny Crawford. I love the variety of his work here.
And Theo's looking for a way out. He's stuck against the cage as Crawford circles and stalks. Actually spits out his mouth guard there a moment ago. And referee David Swan calls a halt to the action here. I'm going to put that right back in, and we're back at it.
Crawford stalking his man, and that left to the body, that shovel, sort of like hook stroke uppercut that he just twists in the end, is a stopper eventually when they build up.
Yeah, he's connecting very deceptively to that. I'm never quite sure if he's going to go right up the middle with an uppercut or continue to the body.
That's what I'm saying to you. He twists it beautifully, and Theo will have the same problem.
Absolutely.
That little shoulder movement and that leg movement, brilliant, Chris.
Spectacular first round and a real display here of Daniel Crawford's tools and abilities. Theo Michailidis has got his work cut out for him. He's been here before, like we were saying in the build-up and the walkout. I have grave concern, though, if he hasn't brought a plan B, that he might be in for a long night against Daniel Crawford.
Well, the fight that won him the second best stoppage, when we watched it, at the end of the day, he managed to do a technique against a guy coming forward in the middle of the cage. Crawford hasn't allowed him that space, and what I like about Crawford's performance is not so much just his own skills and his ability, the way he's used those skills to negate Theo's skills and to start disassembling them. As you said, the inner strikes to the leg, the shots to the body, everything to slow down a good striker. So round 2 of 3, and it was a dominant opening round for Daniel Crawford in the blue corner.
As you said, his ability to shut down the opportunities that Theo was trying to create. You can see Theo trying to pump those straight punches a bit more, set things up with a jab. He needs to keep moving though, because he cannot allow Daniel Crawford to cut the cage against him and slow him down, as we were saying.
And he did that again, this time with the left round kick. Theo obviously looks at his best in the middle of the cage here.
I like how Crawford set up that left kick off the left hook. It's very difficult to defend a left kick to the body or the legs when you're blocking the left hook upstairs. But then he did it again off the left hook and went with a right kick. So he mixes it up very well. He's very creative, very spontaneous with his striking.
The problem for Theo is he has a good few seconds where he looks comfortable in the center of the cage.
Oh, man.
But then he goes back in a straight line to allow Daniel to do this.
I was going to say that right head kick and then a couple of straight punches that just caught him so neatly. Because Theo was moving linearly and avoiding any lateral escapes, it was just very easy for...
That's the key, Chris, the laterals. When Theo does his work, if he can move laterally, he can go again. But what Daniel says is, I'll let you do that bit of work, then I'll push you straight back to the cage. The way around that is to do your work and then move.
Ooh, head kick attempt and missed. Will Theo make him pay? Theo's controlling those legs. Looking to pass here, standing. Very wise. I wouldn't jump into Daniel Crawford's guard. I'd stay standing. Look to land some strikes, maybe use a leg drag to pass or something like that. But ooh, now he's caught in full guard. Theo trying to work that can opener here to pop that guard open. And wisely striking as Crawford tries to lock down his arms. Nice. Very solid hip escape by Crawford. He's right back where he wants to be on his feet.
Yes, it's moments like that that Theo has to capitalize on, because looking at Daniel's performance, he's not going to get many of those opportunities.
And the mouthpiece is out again.
He might get worn soon.
And in a neutral position. Very, very good refereeing here from David Swan. It's nice to see the awareness of the bout as it unfolds.
Oh, chopping little elbow onto Theo as well from Daniel. As we said, all the tools of the trade. Theo breathing heavily now as well. He's been under pressure consistently.
And Daniel did that as he was moving away as well, out of that close clinch. Very nice timing.
What he's done now, Chris, is, as we said earlier, Theo's not so keen to take the fight anymore to Daniel, and that's his strength. When he's coming forward throwing the leather, that's when he looks at his best, but Daniel has even taken that away from him now. He's now more cautious. He's not so confident about coming forward because he gets punished.
Yeah, we're halfway through this round, well, just over, and he's making Theo think, and he's thinking twice. And that's the extra time that Theo takes to react that Crawford is so able to capitalize on. It's just a thing of fluid beauty here. He's like water, really.
It is. It's great to watch, because obviously he saw early that when Theo gets into a groove, he can throw nice flowing techniques, but when's the last time you saw that? Because again, did you see the hesitation? That split-second hesitation, and Daniel Crawford threw the two punches as Theo hesitated.
Daniel Crawford is beating him quite literally to the punch there. And he's running circles around Theo at this point.
It's because he's making Theo second-guess himself. He just chambered for the kick and didn't throw it. Because what Theo is thinking every single time he goes through technique is what's going to come back.
What's interesting to me, though, as this fight develops, is the patience that Crawford is showing. I mean, yeah, he's probably had Theo hurt a couple times. He might have even been hurt by a couple of shots that Theo threw, but he's showing an excellent composure and a methodical take and approach.
He's not looking directly for the stoppage here. He's looking to dismantle his man.
It's the old saying that if you try and force a knockout, sometimes it's you that ends up being the victim. I like the approach of Daniel Crawford. And as I said on the walkout, it's just a true testament to the men he has around him.
Now, did you see that, Chris? He's so used to that left hand coming in as the shovel-style hook. As Theo dropped his arm for the guard, he just took it over the top and actually landed to the face. This is the problem for Theo now. He doesn't know where those punches are going to land. He's taken too many to the body, didn't want any more. And what's his reward for it? He takes one to the face.
Man, Theo, he is so tough. But Crawford really starting to lay traps that he used to lay early in the fight, but now going in with something else. So where Theo thought he was starting to get a hold of what Crawford actually had waiting for him, Crawford's got more surprises, man.
And again, Theo went for a half-hearted Superman punch. It's not the sort of technique that you can throw half-heartedly and think halfway through I might or might not throw it. This is what Daniel Crawford's done to him.
This is unbelievable. I mean, Crawford's talking to him in the ring right now, actually, just a moment ago, trying to lure him in. But we both know this is the type of fight that Theo craves. He's the type of guy who really enjoys these situations. He's going to get a warning here for, I believe, grabbing the cage. But nearing the end of the round, oh no, he's actually had a point taken. Interesting.
I think it's for the gum shield again.
Oh, was it for the gum shield? Yeah, you're right. No, it was. I thought it was possibly about the cage.
I know referees look very carefully at this, and if it's an intentional spit out to buy yourself time, this is the third time in under 2 rounds that Theo's gum shield's gone, and I think the referee's saying no more.
That's a good call. I couldn't tell whether it was occurring as they transition against the wall there. Wow, look at that. He comes in knowing that the punches aren't going to land, but he makes Theo cover, and then he opens up that body for that right round kick.
2 big rounds for Daniel Crawford, and what I love is the way he's extracted the teeth of Theo. He's seen what Theo's good at, and he's pulled it. It's incredible to watch. It's a real masterclass at the moment, Chris.
A masterclass indeed. He's literally, quite frankly, taming the lion. I mean, Theo Michailidis is a scary dude, and Crawford is making short work and really almost employing and putting a sense of fear in Theo himself, which is obviously, as you said, is Theo's second guessing on some of these exchanges, and that allows Crawford to land first. That is the difference thus far.
So, Chris, third and final round, and it's quite simple. Theo needs another one of those spinning elbows because he's not going to win by decision. That is for certain.
He's got less than 5 minutes to make something happen here, but it's just the gentleman for the job. The Spartans made their last stand at Thermopylae, and Theo's making it happen right here outside London.
But Daniel Crawford beginning to open up and showboat as well now.
Yeah, he no doubt has been fueled with confidence. And to be honest, looks like he's having fun out there with the way he moves. I mean, he's mixing it up.
Well, you would do, Chris. Everything's worked. Everything he's tried's worked. It just fills you with confidence. And against a dangerous striker, there again, you see, Theo just doesn't know where it's coming from next. So the dangerous striker is scared to throw anything for what's going to come back.
I'd like to see Theo use those leg kicks. I mean, he had some really nice chopping leg kicks early in round 1 and 2. Maybe it's the distance that's a problem. Maybe it's Crawford's elusiveness that's the problem. But if Theo could try and time him out or just try to concentrate on landing those shots, he could obviously slow Crawford down and then maybe having a more opportune moment to land his power.
But again, he's turning away now. He's backing up the whole time. And again, the moment the hands came up to protect the face, he took a body shot. Incredible stuff here. And again, now with him tucked up and defending like that, it's fair season. Crawford can strike where he wants. Short elbows now. And you just know there's going to be a knee next if he waits there.
I was going to say that guard that he uses is almost reminiscent of what Diaz did in his last bout. And so too the punches, like those last exchanges of the body, they weren't all 100%, but he's opening them up to land a big shot when you go to the body like that, maybe 50%, 8, 9, 10 times. Guy's going to grimace, then that gives you a chance to land a big one on the chin or something like that.
Well, you saw from that guard a short little left hook with no backswing. He just brings it forward from that position because it's half cocked. And the other thing that he can do well from there, as we saw, is from there, he just pushes forward with the elbow or short hook.
Very efficient, very economical. Theo looking to try and catch that kick. He's looking to time him for something here. Look for him to spin off something here. He may actually try and catch a kick and spin. Guys like John Jones, Shogun Hua, all have landed spectacular shots from those positions. It's possible.
But watch from this guard. He just pushes the arm forward. No back lift there. No need to any backswing whatsoever because it's just in his face and scoring. As you said, economical is the perfect term. He just comes forward from here.
And Theo is bleeding profusely now. Those shots beginning to take their toll as the round wears on. He's got not much time to work, just over 2 minutes. And it's desperation mode. I think we're going to see some spinning attacks here shortly.
He's got to go for it now because he's just been outworked and outthought the whole bout.
Ooh, big power up on that leg kick, or excuse me, on that high kick coming on there from from Crawford is he swaps stances. He's so slick the way he does that, and he does it as he moves in and out. So he'll like close the distance, then switch up. He's done it, and he's thrown a left cross a couple times. He's done it, he's thrown a head kick just like he did it earlier. Very, very, very smooth operator is this Daniel Crawford.
And again, from this guard, which is sort of like mesmerized Theo almost. It's so economical.
And Theo beginning to drop those hands a little bit more. I think he's getting tired from these shots landing in, breathing a little bit more heavy. A jumping knee attack from Crawford as he closes up. I don't think Crawford needs to clinch here. I think he can break away and continue to land these shots at will.
Oh, he does a Theo on Theo, the spinning back elbow.
Very snazzy stuff from Daniel Crawford. And the young fighter at 21 years of age, moving into the last 60 seconds here, making a statement, showing the world what he's capable of on this spectacular stage of the Warrior Fight Series.
And do you know what, Chris? This is going to sound very strange, but I had a talk with a top coach recently, and I wouldn't be surprised if, despite the orthodox stance, that Crawford isn't a lefty.
I think he's one of those dudes who trains it both ways. You know, you get your
and I'll tell you the reason I say that is because from the southpaw stance, from the orthodox stance, you can throw that left hand. But watch, when does he switch stance? To throw his big left kick, which makes me say that his left is his strong leg. You think about the kicks, they've come from that left leg here. So he's there. You see what I mean now? He's in southpaw now to throw the kick. But when he switches back to orthodox, so with his boxing, he can handle that stance, but when it comes to his power kick, he switches to southpaw stance.
That's a really good observation, Malcolm, because obviously with someone like Theo or another experienced opponent, they're going to read that and think, oh, okay, I've got him figured out. I know where his power is. But unfortunately, as you're maybe moving, you may be very well moving into his power. What a spectacular bout. A real coming out party here for Daniel Crawford as both fighters embrace in the ring. A solid mutual show of respect here. But it's been all Daniel Crawford tonight.
Oh, masterclass. Absolutely superb to watch. Now, this is one thing that I disagree with a lot of people sometimes. They say, what a great fight. No, it wasn't a great fight. It was a great performance. A great fight needs both of you to be back and forward the whole time. Theo showed lots of guts, lots of courage, but it was a great performance.
Yeah, I mean, Theo Michailidis is a very talented martial artist. He's a go-getter. He's the kind of guy anybody would love to have on their show. I can't wait to see him fight, no matter when it is or where it is. But to be honest, Daniel Crawford did things just that much better tonight, and it was a real treat to see here for the audience outside London.
Chris, the biggest compliment I can pay Theo is I don't think many men after a performance like that would be on their feet after the end of 3 rounds with Daniel Crawford.
He's a real warrior, but with a grin from Daniel Crawford, it's very clear who's feeling the love tonight here in the ring for the Warrior Fight Series Championship.
Ladies and gents, after 3 5-minute rounds of action, we go to our judges' scorecards. We have a unanimous decision. All 3 judges score this bout in favor of the winner and new Warrior Fight Series Featherweight Champion, Daniel Crawford! Please put your hands together one final time for his opponent, Theo Michailidis.
All right, I'm here with your winner and new pro featherweight champ, Daniel Crawford. Daniel, you're 21 years old and now a perfect 5-0. You have finished the majority of your fights and your professional career. Give us your thoughts on tonight's performance. Was this your toughest test yet?
Before I answer questions, I want to give thanks to New Wave Academy, Athletic Edge, my friends and family, and especially my dad. He supported me all the way. And as for Theo, he's definitely my toughest test, man. I was punching him, my hands were hurting, just hitting his head, man. But you know, he's tough, he's 6-3, he's got a winning record, and he's one of the best guys I fought.
Well, one of the things that was, I believe, most impressive was your creativity and consistency in your striking. What do you feel you were most improved in here tonight?
Being free, man. That's what it is about. Like getting in the cage and do what you love to do. You know, you gotta kind of accept death to be free. Do you know what I'm saying? You can't be like, oh, if I lose, if I did it. You gotta win or you gotta lose, and you gotta just be free doing it.
Ladies and gentlemen, you heard it here first. Our new featherweight